Over the last week, there has been so much to cover on a non-footballing level with regards to Liverpool after it was announced that FSG planned on selling the club. In today's video, we have a major update for you regarding the sale of Liverpool. We also take a look at which celebrity has shown interest in purchasing the club and take a look at what Jurgen Klopp said as he has committed himself to Liverpool whatever happens. Not only that, we take a look at Wednesday night's victory against Derby County as the Reds won 3-2 on penalties in the Carabao Cup after a goalless 90 minutes. We will discuss the 5 things we learned. There is so much to cover in today's video. And hello everybody, welcome back to the channel guys. Before we get into today's video, please do smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. On Monday, reports came out that Liverpool had been put up for sale by FSG. Already over the last couple of days, there has been potential buyers emerge, but Jurgen Klopp has insisted that a potential sale of Liverpool is completely different to the one that took place at Chelsea earlier this year. Liverpool could become the latest Premier League club to be sold after a Todd Bowley-led consortium purchased Chelsea from Roman Abramovich back in May. However, that was to gain full control of the Stamford Bridge club after Abramovich was hit by sanctions by the UK government following Russia's invasion of Ukraine. Jurgen Klopp believes that FSG are looking for investors rather than to part ways completely. Speaking after the match, he said, "First and foremost, Chelsea got sold. As I understand it, we are looking for investors. It's different. The situation is completely different. Chelsea got sold because the owner was in trouble. Let me sum it up like this. There was urgency in the situation. We don't have that here, not at all. For me, it's just important that while this process, whatever it is happening, is that we just keep on going and planning. What will be, whatever will happen, these things take time. I'm not an expert in this, but whenever it will happen and that someone comes in or whatever, until then a lot of things can happen in that time and we have to keep going, not only football-wise, but in between as well. I will make sure that will be the case and that's all. In the moment, nothing happened, it's just news and nobody had a heart attack when we got the news and thought, oh my god, how can we carry on? It's a decision and that's fine. We work really close together with FSG, it's a great relationship, was a great relationship until now, it will not change and whatever happens, we will deal with it. So there you go guys, Jurgen Klopp doesn't believe the potential sale of the club will be a complete takeover, which does change things as a third-party investment is a lot different to a full-blown takeover. Conor McGregor has claimed that he's requested information in regards to buying Liverpool Football Club. The UFC fighter has taken to Twitter to confirm that he's interested in buying Liverpool Football Club as seen below. The likelihood that McGregor would be able to genuinely afford Liverpool and invest for the future seems slim, and his lack of experience in the football world would be a concern. Liverpool fans will be hoping FSG sell to a competent buyer who has the club's best interests at heart, and that will undoubtedly be more important to the fan base than an obscene amount of money. McGregor seems like the type of character to come up with a host of crazy, unrealistic ideas, and there's a good chance this could be one of them. Also, not to mention, I'm sure he's a Manchester United fan. Last one on the takeover talks, Jurgen Klopp has came out and says that his position will not change and that he is committed to the Liverpool Football Club under FSG or not, and he will not be leaving. The fact that Jurgen Klopp has said that he is staying at the club is big, and fans can now relax and not have to fear that he will leave if someone new takes over. We are just one game away now until we break for the World Cup, and countries are starting to release their 25-man squad for the competition. The latest Liverpool player to be called up to his country is Konate, that obviously being France. After a hugely impressive debut season for Liverpool in the 2021-2022 season, injuries have hampered Konate's progress so far this term. But despite only recently returning to fitness, Konate has been included in the holders squad for Qatar 2022. Konate made his senior France debut in June and is now being selected for his first World Cup squad at the age of 23. Konate's involvement for France means he joins Alisson and Fabinho as the Liverpool players to have been called up for the tournament so far, with Roberto Firmino left out of the Brazil squad. Gareth Southgate is set to announce his England squad on Thursday, with Trent Alexander-Arnold and Jordan Henderson expected to be included. Virgil van Dijk and Darwin Núñez are also anticipated to be involved in Qatar for the Netherlands and Uruguay respectively, while it remains to be seen whether Thiago will be included in Luis Enrique's Spain squad. Liverpool were back in action again on Wednesday night as they managed to beat League One side Derby County on penalties after a 0-0 in the 90 minutes at Anfield. In this part of the video, we're going to discuss the 5 things we learned from the match. The 6 young talents. Wednesday night's game has always been marked down in the calendar as a game where we would be able to see some rotation and maybe some youth. Well, it certainly lived up to it, as we seen 5 Reds make their full debut, 4 of which were teenagers, with a further 5 academy players on the bench. What we saw was a mixed bag, as to be expected, with Bajcetic catching the eye with his composure and awareness, his previous role as a centre-back helping no end, Clark making intelligent runs, and Fraudorf creating space for himself. Ramsey shows what he's all about. On the day it was announced he had received his first senior call-up to the Scotland squad, he also made his first start for Liverpool. Confident as seen by his first half attempt to make the most of the keeper being off his line, alert to danger and with plenty of energy, the 19-year-old showed signs we all wanted to see. He was neat and tidy in close settings, slotting next to Nat Phillips on the right side of the defence. His quality of balls into the box, though, were hit and miss on occasions. It's been a long journey to get to this moment for the Scot after months on the sidelines of injuries, but his return to fitness and positive showing holds plenty of promise in the bid to make sure Trent Alexander-Arnold has a suitable deputy. The Reds have seen the benefits of having Kostas Tsimikas rotate with Andy Robertson, as he did here, and the same is needed on the opposite flank, with Alexander-Arnold having already played the 5th most minutes of any player so far this season. Kelleher the shootout hero again. Last night, Kelleher played his 18th game and has taken a step into Liverpool's record books as he made it 4 penalty shootout wins, the most of any Liverpool goalkeeper in the club's history. Even though he was not required to take one this time around after having little to do throughout the match, Kelleher was able to be the match winner again in this competition. 3 penalties saved ensured Liverpool's misses from the spot were not punished and will again start to raise questions over his future. How long will he be content to sit behind Alisson? At 23, Kelleher would be a key asset at a long list of clubs, and they can offer what Liverpool cannot when it comes to his desire to nail down the number 1 position with Ireland, and that being game time. For now, he has kept the defence of the Carabao Cup crown alive and earned another outing in the 4th round. Ben Doak is special. As early birthday presents go, this was quite the evening for Ben Doak. The teenage winger, who turns 17 on Friday, has enjoyed a swift elevation through the ranks since arriving from Celtic in the summer. Starting in the under-18s, then starring with the under-19s UEFA Youth League and a Premier League 2, and EFL Trophy goal scorer of the under-21s. As the clock ticked on to the 74th minute, Doak's moment arrived when he was introduced for Fabio Carvalho. Anyone who witnessed the young Scot tear through opposing defences at the academy will have known exactly what to expect. Within moments, Doak was bursting his way beyond defenders and into the penalty area, only hurriedly to shoot into the Kop. The home fans, though, had already been won over, roaring their approval whenever the youngster subsequently gained possession. A willingness to take on opponents will always make Doak a crowd favourite, but what impressed even more was his composure, physical prowess, and maturity in possession. Even on the brief outing, it's clear to see he isn't just a head-down merchant. Indeed, such was his confidence, it would be no surprise to discover Doak offered to take a penalty in the decisive shootout, and the one thing is definite, this won't be the last Anfield season of him this season. Ox sends a reminder. Elsewhere, Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain benefited most of the fringe players from minutes after a campaign decimated by a hamstring injury. While out of contract next summer, the midfielder will still be utilised by Klopp, and the forthcoming rest in training camp could sharp Oxlade-Chamberlain's senses and make him a useful option in the second half of the season. Next up for Liverpool is Southampton on Saturday, another must-win for the Reds before the World Cup break. Liverpool fans, what do you make of the takeover talks, and what were your thoughts on Liverpool's win over Derby County on Wednesday night? Let me know your thoughts down there in the comment section below. That brings us to the end of today's video. Please do smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. Thank you, and I'll see you all next time. Take care. Peace.